Hey guys, this is question MM141 of the Maths Methods Fortify study guide. We've got this function here, f from negative 2 pi to 2 pi r, where f of x equals 5 sine of 1/2 x plus pi on 3. Sweet. Now, part A tells us to write down the amplitude and the period of the function. So our amplitude is just our number at the front here. So amplitude equals 5. First mark. Should be pretty straightforward. Your period is equal to 2 pi over b, where b is your coefficient of x. And in this case, our b is 1/2, which means that our period is equal to 2 pi over 1/2, which is 4 pi. Second mark. Should be pretty straightforward, guys. That's part A. If you have any questions, obviously, as always, let me know. But that should be fine most of the time, I think. Let's leave this one. Just get rid of this. All right, part B. Sketch the graph of the function f on the set of axes below. Label axis intercepts and endpoints with their coordinates. All right, so here's the fun part, guys. Sketching trig graphs with horizontal translation is always a bit of a pain, but we will do our best. So we know that the amplitude is 5, period is equal to 4 pi, and our domain is equal to negative 2 pi to 2 pi. So already we can tell our domain is negative 2 pi to 2 pi, which means that we're going to be able to fit one period of 4 pi into this domain. So where do we start with this? So obviously, as normal, we would start with our amplitude, and there's a couple of different ways you can do this. You can do it step by step, as in drawing it without the horizontal translation and then drawing it with the horizontal translation, which I prefer to do, so I'm actually going to do it that way. So we're going to go from negative 2 pi to 2 pi, and I know that that's going to be one period, okay? So I'm going to pretend for now that I haven't got this horizontal translation here, because for me personally it's easier to visualize that, and if you're the same, awesome. If you're not, just draw it straight away with the horizontal translation. So we're going to pretend this horizontal translation isn't here at the moment. We haven't got any vertical translation, which is good, that makes it a lot easier, but we do have our amplitude and we do have our period. It's a regular sine graph, which means that we're going to have it start up like this, and because our period is 4 pi, it just has one period within this bit here. Awesome. So this is our graph without the horizontal translation. So from here, what we can do is actually move it pi on 3 units that way, okay? So that's what a horizontal translation is. We're moving it to the left by pi on 3. So let's just draw another one where we've got 2 pi here, sorry, negative 2 pi. 2 pi here, and we're actually going to move it this way, which means that our 0 point is actually going to end up here at negative pi on 3, right? Because if we move it pi on 3 to the left, it's going to end up at negative pi on 3. This bit here is now going to be our new point here, because we're going to be moving it like this. This is probably a good way to visualize it, actually. Something like this, because we're going to move everything across like that, all right? So we're going to have something like this, where these are our two endpoints. Oh, sorry, not like that. It's going to be something like that. And this is going to be our endpoint. Awesome. So we automatically know that this is going to be negative pi on 3 and 0, because we've moved it from 0, pi on 3 to the left. We also need to label this, this, and this as well. So if this was previously at 2 pi, that means that this is 2 pi minus pi on 3. So 2 pi minus pi on 3 is equal to 6 pi on 3 minus pi on 3, which gives us 5 pi on 3. So this is 5 pi on 3, 0. And to find these ones, we can simply just sub in 2 pi, negative 2 pi, and 0 for our function. So let me just get rid of this. So f of 0 is equal to 5 sine of 1/2, 0 plus pi on 3 is just pi on 3. 5 times sine of pi on 6 is equal to 5 on 2, which means that this here is 5 on 2. Or 0, 5 on 2 rather. Cool. If we sub in 2 pi for x, we're actually going to get the opposite. Okay, let's just go through the working as well. So we're going to sub in 2 pi for x. So f of 2 pi is equal to 5 times sine 1/2 2 pi plus pi on 3, which is 7 pi on 3, which means we get 5 sine of 7 pi on 6, which is equal to negative 1/2, which gives us negative 5 over 2. So this bit here is going to be 2 pi negative 5 over 2, and this here is going to be the same x point, sorry, same y point, which means we're going to get negative 2 pi and negative 5 over 2. So guys, that's all you have to label. You've just got your intercepts, your endpoints, and just your axes. Your axes should already be labeled on your grid. But that's it. So in terms of the marking allocation, this is 3 marks. And as I always say with these graphs, they kind of give you 3 marks to begin with and then take marks off depending on what you've done, or depending on what you've missed out. So just try and include all of this information and you should be right. That's it, guys. Have a great day.